Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. The charts are not looking too hot. We're going to go to those charts and try to take a look and try to stay calm and decide what we should do with our allocations. It's not letting me share my... I hate when this happens. Hold on. I need to make sure I don't dox anything. Close that. Yeah. Sometimes it lets me share application and sometimes it doesn't. So when it doesn't let me share application, I got to share my full monitor. I need to make sure I don't dox anything or anyone that I have private conversations with. Okay, now we can do it. I don't know why it does that to me sometimes. It's like Zoom is weird. Okay, here is the weekly chart. On this weekly chart, we are now below a declining short period moving average. We never made it to knock out the Lucid SAR. I do not like this reversal. We are right now sitting on the edge. We're at 40,000. That is on the edge of survival for Bitcoin. Because if we go any lower, I'm going to be bearish on the market for the near term. I am, of course, bullish on Bitcoin long term, and I still believe we're in a bull market. But I analyze technical analysis, not my, dreams and theories and opinions. So based on technical analysis, this is a very, very bad weekly candle, and the week is coming to an end because today is already Friday. So as we move on to the 4-day chart, we just started a new candle. I did not adjust this, but I made it very clear yesterday that if we fall anywhere below 42,000, that puts Bitcoin in trouble. Now, if we look at this chart, we are still holding the intermediate term moving average, but these two are about to cross. And if this 4-day chart, 4-day candle goes any lower at the end of this candle's close, these two are going to cross over again. And what happens to this chart when the lower moving average is below the intermediate term moving average, and they're all falling and they're all below each other? We have to be in 100% cash. And we are literally 3 days away and maybe $1,000 more in downside from going 100% cash. I don't want to go from 60% bullish straight to 100% cash, which is why I'm going to flip to the daily chart right now. And I also made it very clear yesterday that if this declining moving average is lost, I'm going to be interested in lowering that position. So here's what should have been done if I did a video yesterday afternoon during market open, but I was just busy with spaces and other stuff with the conference. Okay, this allocation, and I almost never do this. Whoa, what is this? What is that? I was supposed to copy that. All right, there we go. This, I almost never change an allocation within the same candle. But look at the range of this candle. The range of this candle is completely insane. We started going up, looking to rally into the next moving average, and then got crushed within a 4-day period. I also entered this based on the news event of Canada. I don't normally enter in the beginning of a candle. I usually enter at the end of a candle, which is what this candle is forcing us to do. So there's 2 ways I can do this. I can put, we are down to 20 or 40% of position, or I can just split the middle and put 30%. Okay, I'm just going to split the middle and put 30%, cutting the position in half to make sure that this entry still makes us money in the long run. And I have a very, very short trigger on this candle. We are only a few hours in. I am not going to panic and go to cash yet. But if we are closing below the intermediate term moving average, and all signs are pointing to the short-term moving average going below the intermediate term moving average next candle, which it is likely to do, this position will go into fully cash and we will reevaluate, because this is a little bit, this is pretty rough. This is pretty rough. And I really hope this doesn't put us in a position to enter a short position. I still believe we're in a bull market, but if the charts are calling for a short position on this style of trading, that's exactly what I will put on this chart. Bitcoin is just not yet ready. It's not yet ready to break out. That's all it is. Tone, if you go into cash rather than Bitcoin, what does that mean about Bitcoin if USD has more value than Bitcoin? It means that Bitcoin is currently overpriced. That's all that it means, right? It doesn't take away Bitcoin's properties like unconfiscatability. Guys, you are responsible for your own decisions across the board, okay? This is specifically for traders looking to trade Bitcoin versus cash. Now, if you are Canadian, obviously, trading is probably not the most important thing in your life right now. If you potentially donated 50 cents to the Freedom Convoy, you might be arrested. So you have slightly bigger priorities in your life if you are a Canadian citizen or potentially a US citizen who donated 50 cents to the Freedom Convoy. You may have a mob with pitchforks at your door. So you may want to stay in Bitcoin as it's the only unconfiscatable asset in human history. So everyone has to make their own decisions, whether they're trading decisions, savings decisions, investing decisions. Okay. So these are all completely different things. All right, Financial Summit takes place in August. I want to refresh this chart. Unconfiscatable. We still got a bunch of seats left. People are starting to sign up. Nothing I can do about the dinner, unfortunately. But come join us in Las Vegas. The poker tournament also serves as the pre-party for the event. Even if you're not playing, you are welcome to come and hang out and watch and have a drink. We have it's the same venue. It's a pretty big venue, and it's going to be great. Come down. Also, that entire day, we're going to be at the venue as our sponsors do demos of their amazing products. So come and join us. You can click on any of these links to take you to the website. Everyone gets a free jade. Everyone will get a free jade. All right. The speaker lineup will be posted soon. Here is all of the locations. Everything is walking distance from each other, guys. Everything is walking distance. If you're looking for a fancy hotel, Circa is probably the best hotel in that area. Also owned by the same people as the D Hotel. All right, let's move on with the daily chart. The daily chart is looking nasty right now. We had a crushing candle. That is one of the worst candles we've had in a while. It is very different than this nasty candle over here on June 21st. There's multiple reasons why it's different. One of the reasons is this candle was already happening after a big down move, causing the end of capitulation. It was also near an MRI buy. This candle is the complete opposite of that. It is happening from the top of a resistance zone, and it is in the beginning, and it kicked off an MRI trend to the downside. what were the odds? What were my odds that this was going to reverse right here at 44,600? To be honest, I would have given this an 80% chance that this would not happen. That was my view on this candle. I was giving, like right here, if you would have asked me, Tone, what do you want to do at $44,500? I would have said buy. 100% I would have said buy. For me, the probability of reversing here was maybe 20%. And the probability of going below this was also about 20% or less. I am very surprised by this. And that is why the best thing to do when the market does something completely unexpected is to cut your losses on your trade and live to fight another day, because otherwise you will not live to fight another day. Okay. So this is why we have lowered our position in half, our bullish position, and potentially will be lowering it to all cash. I just don't want to do it this early in the 4-day candle. Okay. Here is the hourly chart. You can also see the hourly chart. Wish I did this a few hours ago. You can also see how here is our support line. You draw the best fit line without breaking any candle bodies. And you can see how many times it acted as support. Original time may or may not count, up to you. 1, 2, 3. MRI buy, held us up a little bit. 4, 5, 6. We are touching 6 candles. That is a lot of candles to touch. And then the next time, the floor got so weak, could not handle it. We back tested it as a ceiling, and now down we go. I am pretty bearish right now. Both of these areas were potential short trades on a 1-hour chart, including here on the back test and including here on the following breakdown that probably took place after I started this video. Okay. So all of these are very, very bad signs. Now, on a bigger scale, on the bigger picture, we are not in serious trouble yet until we start approaching 35. Unless we are sufficiently close to the prior swing low, we are still up there with bullish momentum. If we break this swing low, my target is going to be the low $20,000 area. It doesn't matter if we're already so far along into the halving cycle. This Bitcoin doesn't normally do it this way, but it doesn't matter, right? The charts are the charts. Yeah, I want to glance at Draftkings. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. The stock market is probably going down hard for Bitcoin to be going down this hard. Obviously, GBTC would be going down. I don't think it's open yet. So we'll have to wait maybe a few more minutes. Oil hit an MRI top and is pulling back. It can pull back as low as 84. And then I think it's going to set on a path to break $100 a barrel. Gold has broken out. Those that have been watching gold would know that I've been saying this for a long time, that I become bullish on gold once we can break this resistance line, and we have. So I am now bullish gold, looking for gold to break the new all-time highs. Very interesting how gold is completely uncorrelated with Bitcoin. In fact, negatively correlated. Gold seems to be rising, Bitcoin is dropping. It shows you how Bitcoin is way more correlated with the S&P 500 than with gold. Here is the S&P 500. It's actually not dropping all that much today. but they are very, very similar looking versus Bitcoin as well. Longer term chart, I remain bullish the S&P 500 on the longer term scale. Here is Twitter. I do expect Twitter to keep going down. I am pretty bearish on Twitter. Let's go look at Draftkings, and we're going to look at Trump's company as well. I think Trump's company is bullish, and Draftkings earnings beat estimates. You can see it with the green. So DraftKings only lost 35 cents a share, and the estimate was them losing 82 cents a share. And they beat on revenue as well. So the earnings report was good. The reaction to the earning report was bad. That is not often. That almost never happens. Again, we're dealing with many anomalies here. So earnings beats on both, top line and revenue across earnings beats across the board. And the stock crashes. I think it's going to reverse. I mean, their revenue wasn't bad. I mean, look at the numbers. Look, the last time they missed, right? Last time the estimate was minus 98, they came in at minus 31, minus 135, sorry. Now, the revenue estimate was 236, they came in at 212. Look what happened this time. Look at that. They doubled their revenue, and they cut their reported loss by 75%. And they completely beat, they beat the street estimate by 57%. It's hard for me to explain this other than they said something stupid in the earnings call, but saying something stupid and showing real numbers is very different. I would be looking at DraftKings. Like, the MRI is not helping us whatsoever here. I would try to find some metric and wait for this reversal, because I don't really see DraftKings as being this bad of a stock. I mean, look where it was. And the betting on the Super Bowl was nuts. So I don't know how to explain this. I really don't. This thing is back to where it started. And they're advertising like crazy. So maybe their advertising budget is pulling them away. Like every time I open Twitter, I see DraftKings. Really fascinating. Now, I used to trade straddles and strangles for earnings. So even though I would have been biased to the upside, this big drop could have still profited me at my hedge, which is not how you want to trade. You don't want your hedge to be the profit center of your trading. You're going to not last very long as a trader. But this is an 18% drop. And based on how I used to trade with straddles and strangles, an 18% drop is more than I was asking for in order to make money. Now, I would have been skewed to the upside on this trade. So the 18% drop may or may not would have put me in profit, probably close to break even. But this is very disappointing. Anyone that bought this with the expectations of crushing on earnings day got the call right, but lost money. Now, I'd rather make money than be right, but that's not going to last you long as a trader. You know, you make the right call. Sometimes it's like that movie line. Name the movie, guys. Well, I'm going to change the one word. Well, the original line was, sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. So in trading, it's, sometimes you eat the trade, sometimes the trade eats you. So I'm sure half of you watching can name the movie. All right. I want to look at Tilray. Is Tilray still holding up? Governments can only freeze custodian wallets. They can only freeze custodian wallets. If you hold your own private keys, they can't freeze those. Where's Tilray? Oh, I want to look at JMIA as well. Another one. I want to keep an eye on this for earnings too. I gotta type Tilray in. TLRY. It's hanging in there. I don't like the red star candle. It's I don't know. Markets are being a little fidgety right now. Someone's asking me to look at copper. Well, moderators are asking me to look at copper. Oh, Sandsnake, TLT, Crypto Commons. Hey, shout out Crypto Commons. I'll be on your channel soon enough. That's a Russian channel. You should never cash out your IRA to pay taxes. That's like literally the opposite of what the IRA is for. Like do not cash out IRA to pay taxes. If you convert your IRA to a Roth IRA, you'll have to pay taxes. So, oh wow, these colors are not helping. So, what do we got? Copper? This copper? HG is copper, right? Yeah. Copper looks bullish to me across the board. Yeah, it looks great. See all the moving averages? They're in perfect order lined up. Copper looks ready for a breakout. Look, inflation is taking a bite on this stuff. So copper going up in price is like governments are, again, we're going political here. Your government hates you. It really, really does. Especially if your government is part of the World Economic Forum, which Coinbase joined today. That government hates you. Anyone that's part of this is not a conspiracy. Anyone who's part of the World Economic Forum cold-heartedly believes that humans are killing the planet. They believe that the planet is overpopulated, not by 20% or 30%. They will admit to 50%. But in reality, they feel that the planet is overpopulated by 75%. Now, these are the same people that are going to cure you with the vaccine, by the way, just saying. So anything they can do to make you less of a, let's say, environmental footprint on the planet, they will do. One of those things is you living a cheap life. If you can't afford it, then you have basically no reason to live. This is the view of the World Economic Forum. So if they need to shut down all the copper mines and all these other precious elements that are needed, like you need copper to live a normal life, like it's pipes in your house, for God's sake, right? So you can have clean water. They can afford any price of copper. You can't. So anything they can do, shut down copper mines because they hurt the environment, which is borderline true, but it's basically the world we're living in right now. Germany has turned off nuclear energy. So now they're going to dirty energy instead of nuclear energy, and that costs them money, and they have to pay Russia for that. So meanwhile, the energy bill for Germans goes up. The planet is not even close to overpopulated. The planet can support probably triple the amount of current people, easy. The planet is not overpopulated. Have you been to India? It's not overpopulated at all. I've been to India. I've driven from a city in India to another city in India for 3 hours, seeing empty land. Like if India is not, I mean, it's insane to think that the world's overpopulated. People are concentrating in cities, but the world's certainly not overpopulated. Things can certainly be cleaner. And the biggest problem for why the world isn't cleaner is patent law. So if you remove patent law, like a lot of companies buy up patents that would allow for cleaner planet, but they buy up those patents so that it doesn't cut into their revenue. So patent law has a lot of issues, a lot of causes as to why the planet isn't cleaner. All right. So yeah, copper prices will go up. I'm very confident in that. All right, guys, I need to get going. I got to jump on Spaces. There's a 10 a.m. Spaces I promised I would join. And then I got some interviews to do. Come join us in Las Vegas. For Unconfiscatable, that carnivory dinner unfortunately sold out. But you can still join us for the conference. You can still join us for the poker game. The poker game will sell out. We had about 10 people register in the last 48 hours. It's only a 100-player maximum. We are already over 70 players, and considering 10 just signed up, it'll probably sell out. You can click on that banner. We have 24 tickets left, and I'm saving about 5 tickets for people that, like prominent people that have promised me they would play, but are being lazy about signing up. So this is it, guys. Sign up for the poker game. It's at our pre-party venue, and it's going to be great. All right. All right. Talk to everyone soon. Bye, guys.